Scroll through any social feed in India and you're hit with a wall of sound. Shouting television debates, viral memes, and decentralized outrage are a constant, inescapable feature of daily life. Defenders of the state point directly to this volume as proof of health. They argue a country boasting over 1.5 lakh publications, 900 television channels, and fiercely active online opposition cannot possibly be a silenced society. But this ranking from Reporters Without Borders tells a different story. In the 2026 index, India plummets to 157 out of 180. Zooming into the bottom, India sits below Sri Lanka and Pakistan, clustered in the red very serious zone alongside Russia and Iran. In the 1970s, silencing dissent required physical force. The state shut down printing presses and cut electricity to newspaper offices to stop them from publishing. Today's authorities do not need to cut the power. Instead, they rely on a system of soft censorship, where an overwhelming volume of media noise successfully hides the quiet dismantling of true institutional journalism. A modern state rarely needs a ministry of truth when it simply weaponizes existing legal frameworks. Broadly worded national security laws and civil defamation statutes are routinely deployed against reporters investigating inconvenient topics, like communal violence or regional economic distress. The objective in these lawsuits is almost never to secure a conviction. The years of endless litigation and crippling legal fees absolutely guarantee that the exhaustive process itself ultimately becomes the punishment. On the ground, grassroots reporters operate under the constant threat of criminal proceedings and state-backed hostility. Faced with financial ruin and physical danger, editors are forced to calculate legal risk alongside newsworthiness. Eventually, they begin killing stories before they are written, effectively doing the government's censorship work. When the government isn't using the courtroom, it uses the boardroom. Control is exerted by consolidating who actually owns the printing presses and television networks. Critics call it Godi Media, lapdog media. Through strategic alliances between the ruling party and megacorporations, mainstream outlets have been transformed into state megaphones. In 2022, billionaire Gautam Adani, a corporate titan with close ties to the state, acquired NDTV, absorbing one of the last independent editorial structures on television. This is a systemic pattern. Mukesh Ambani's Reliance Industries controls a massive network of over 70 media outlets, shrinking editorial pluralism across the country. Inside the newsroom, the mandate changes. Critical editors are simply pushed out, and broadcast content is aggressively optimized to secure highly lucrative government advertising contracts rather than ever serve the public interest. Investigative watchdogs are systematically neutralized, replaced by highly profitable public relations machines for the ruling party. With the traditional press corps corralled, the political establishment has built a separate pipeline for communication. To see this shift in access, consider that since taking office, the Prime Minister has avoided holding a single traditional press conference. Instead, the state grants exclusive access to carefully vetted lifestyle YouTubers and online influencers. For a politician, an influencer offers massive algorithmic reach and the appearance of raw authenticity. In exchange, the politician faces zero pushback on policy and no difficult follow-up questions. By cutting out investigative reporters and prioritizing content creators, the state replaces democratic accountability with manufactured likability. This brings us back to the loud, chaotic digital landscape we started with. Individual citizens absolutely still post critical memes, and small digital outlets continue to protest online. But there is a vast difference between individual venting and institutional power. A viral hashtag does not threaten the state if the actual organizations with the resources to investigate corruption on a national scale have been dismantled. Take a look at this logic graphic. On the left, we see the old method, a vintage newspaper with blacked out text. On the right, the modern reality, a flood of bright, identical corporate logos, completely drowning out a single independent voice. You don't need to declare a national emergency or cut the phone lines if you simply buy the newspaper, sue the reporter, and hire a YouTuber. In the digital age, the death of press freedom doesn't look like total silence. It looks like a carefully curated, inescapable wall of noise.